Hey, we're back up here on the stage at the Heartland Cafe with another edition of the Live from the Heartland show. It's post-election. We are pretty happy. Let me just say that there's beautiful posters on the wall, 40 years of struggle. It makes those of us who are old enough to remember, and some of you who are a little younger, many of the activities that we've participated in trying to make this a better world, a better city, a better town and country. So you may want to come look at this exhibit because it's only up through Monday, and then we'll have a new one. I am really happy to now introduce a guy named Tiny Miles. He's from Tiny Miles and the Big Kids. He has a last name, Zabin, but I think he's just going by Tiny Miles. Good morning to you, Tiny.
Good morning.
It's good to have you here. I've
been
talking to you on the phone, going back and forth with emails. Lynn gave us your CD last week and said this guy would be good on the show. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm 23 years old. I live in Chicago. I'm a big fan of the blues. My passion in life is playing guitar and really just inspiring more people to get into roots music, the blues, rockabilly, mid-century music, Americana. So that's my speciality, and we just released a new album. I have an electric trio called Tiny Miles and the Big Kids, and the three of us just cut an album called Blue Dream. And we do have it for sale here today, too. And it's all original work. It's in the style of Albert King, Buddy Guy, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Eddie Cochran, Gene Vincent. So if you like what you hear, do pick up a copy.
Bam, boom.
Yeah, you bet.
Gene Vincent. All right, well, how about giving us a little tune, and then we'll talk some more.
I've made nights by myself when the ground was covered with snow. I made nights by myself, lover, when the ground was covered with snow. I went looking for my baby. She was on the mountain of Mount Takano. Well, the rock was my pillow, and I made those nights alone. Yeah, the rock was my pillow, lover, and I made those nights alone. I went looking for my baby, and I wonder where has she gone. Well, you know the rock was my pillow, and the cold ground was my bed. Yeah, the rock was my pillow, lover, and the cold ground was my bed. I went looking for my baby, and I still ain't found her yet. But I got a mind to ramble, I got a mind to go back home. Yeah, I got a mind to ramble, I got a mind to go back home. I got a mind to be a good boy, leave all you evil women alone. My pillow had to make those nights alone. Yeah, the rock was my pillow, lover, had to make those nights alone. I'm still looking for my baby, man, and I wonder where has she gone.
Oh yeah!
Thank you so much.
Well, this is perfect. We love blues musicians and any musicians who can get up at 9 in the morning on a Saturday and play for our breakfast group. So thank you so much.
Did you play last night?
Last night, no.
See, he got a good night's sleep.
All right,
this guy was ready.
So
well,
tell us.
Go ahead. Your turn.
How'd you get started? You're a 23-year-old. You're barely just begun, my man, and here you are.
Yeah, well, I've been playing guitar probably about 11 years, and I've had lots of bands over the years in high school, but what really stuck was, mainly the influence of my dad. I mean, he's a big influence just because he's a jazz musician. Yeah, let's give it up for Jerry Zabin over here.
All right, Jerry Zabin.
Yeah.
I will have to have him play here sometime, too.
Yeah, but having that influence growing up, hearing Miles Davis and Charlie Parker and, just fantastic jazz music, it really kind of broadened my... my palette for music, and once I got into the blues, I just really fell in love with it because, it's pretty easy to play the blues, but it's really hard to really dig in and, pour it out. which is my favorite thing to do. And it's almost like when you go to see, a blues musician or your favorite band, and when they're on stage, they're larger than life when you go to see them.
Yeah.
And it's just a magical experience, and that's something that I want to give people too.
I'm thinking right now, Mark Hannon, the blues cannon, who was our neighbor and another blue-eyed blues man.
Well, there's a lot of, for me, I go back a little further than Katie, and I can remember seeing Paul Butterfield and Mike Bloomfield and these guys, John Hammond,
all the Chicago,
young white guys, well, even beyond that, but playing the blues. And it was a music that captured my heart. And so, we'd be listening to Mississippi John Hurt and Lightning Hopkins. But then there was, like the Paul Butterfield Blues Band playing at Big John's down in Old Town in the old days. What's it like for you? I mean, where did you sort of pick up the blues and the country blues as a strong influence, even though you've been listening to Charlie Parker and Miles Davis?
Yeah, a lot of the Mississippi Delta type stuff I got from another good friend of mine here, Mr. Daniel Fiddler. I can remember when he picked up the complete recordings of Robert Johnson and played it for me, and I had just never heard anything like it.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's music that just takes you to a higher ground.
And it's so Chicago, it's so Heartland, it's so American.
Well, you're out of Skokie, and Skokie is, I like to call that part of Chicagoland. And it's a real good national town.
Yeah.
And there's also been some great musicians come out of there.
Tons.
So what's it like growing up in Skokie and becoming a blues man?
I mean, it was great. I have the most supportive family to help me out. I mean, they're at all the shows, so... having a really good home base and supportive home base was one of the best things for me to continue to pursue my passion and what I want to do with music.
So you say you've had a number of bands. Now, how about the current band, Tiny Miles and the Big Kids?
Yeah,
Who's in the band?
We've been together for about 3 years, and we have Creeks McGeeks on the bass. He's a bass player, fantastic bass player. He's in the house today. And
Hope he's eating that good food.
Yeah, he's enjoying himself over there.
Hi
and
there.
Also Mr. Mac Jagger, the drummer.
Mac
great
Jagger?
cat. Yeah, that's him.
That's his real name?
Oh, that's his name for the band.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Yeah. But we're working with a really great group of guys too. I mean, it just makes all the difference.
Well, how about playing us another tune?
Yeah, you bet.
And while he's warming up, tomorrow is Veterans Day, and the Chicago IVAW chapter will be honoring the day with a memorial in the morning and an art exhibition opening in the afternoon, 11 a.m. to 12 noon at the Vietnam Veterans Memorial, East Wacker Drive and North Wabash Avenue. I'm sorry, that was going to be over your music.
Okay, Tiny Miles, take it away.
What's new? I'm going to Texas, baby, just to see you. I'm talking to you, baby. And every word that I say is true. One thing I know for sure, sweet darling, is you're hotter than a barbecue. Hotter than a barbecue. I walked 1,000 miles just to see your face. And when I got to you, you put me in my place. I'm talking to you, baby. And every word that I say is true. One thing I know for sure, sweet darling, is you're hotter than a barbecue. Hotter than a barbecue. Be on my way now back to Chicago, back to the place where there's all the friends I know. I'm going back there, baby. And every word that I say is true. One thing I know for sure, sweet darling, is you'll stay hotter than a barbecue. Hotter than a barbecue. know for sure, sweet darling, is you're hotter than a barbecue. Hotter than a barbecue.
All right, Tiny Miles
Nice.
and the big kids.
Tiny Miles.
What we
Tiny
need,
Miles.
what we need to ask you, Tiny, where'd you come up with the name Blue Dream? We have an affinity for blue anything, and what's Blue Dream about?
Well, you know, it's just kind of a belief of mine. You know, I mean, if you really pursue something, no matter how blue or, you know, how I guess non-conventional it is. I mean, if you really pursue your passions, because a lot of people, you know, musicians get a bad rap for, you know, a whole number of reasons, or at least. You know, they may not fit in as well as people who are, you know, going to college and
Marching to their own drummer and all. And who writes the songs for Tiny Miles?
I do, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So on this album, they're all your tunes.
Well, you know, actually, one of them was written by Creeks McGeeks, the last one there. And that's a beautiful instrumental, yeah. And it's just kind of a segue into our next endeavor.
Speaking of your next endeavor, what would that be?
Well, we're looking to, in the summertime, go to St. Louis and Columbia, Missouri. We know some people over there that we'd like to get some shows. But yeah, we have a lot of shows planned over the next couple of months. And we're just gonna
Any
keep doing what we're
locally
doing.
that we can call people to?
We do have one on Friday, this coming Friday, the 16th. And that's at Lily's in Lincoln Park.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, Lily's was an old jazz club for a number of years, but
Yep.
now it's mostly rock groups and Americana music, so
Yeah,
we
are-
play there once a month.
So Friday the
Oh, you
16th
do play
at,
once a
at
month.
Lily's.
Is there a specific date each month?
It's usually the second Friday or Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, but this upcoming one is on the 16th, and we go on at 10 o'clock, and it's a great crowd. It looks like a Spanish castle in there. I don't know if you've been there before.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
But there's like, you know, the stalagmites. So it's
Or
cool.
tights, whichever.
Yeah, whichever.
Do you have another favorite spot you play at that we should keep an eye out for you?
I mean, we can be seen a lot at the Harlem Avenue Lounge Jam in Berwyn.
Okay.
We have really good friends over there. It's a great, really friendly blues club.
Maybe we ought to break in some new friends up here on the corner of Lunt and Glenwood one of these days.
Yeah, I'm pushing it.
Okay.
We're
very
trying to
good.
get them up here at the Red Line Tap or here at the Heartland.
Yeah, we'd love to.
Sweet.
Well, we'd love to have you. Where do you think you'll be in 10 years?
In 10 years, hopefully, just continuing to make people smile with my music and continuing to grow songwriting-wise. In my guitar abilities, just continuing to do what I'm doing.
Do you want to practice some guitar abilities as we go out with our announcements and thank yous?
Let's just tell everybody that we want to encourage them to do good in the world. The world needs all the good that you do. We want to thank Jay Sarate downtown. We want to thank Grant Steskal here running the board. We want to thank Paul and Mary Wozniak. We want to thank Laura Herman and Lisa Smith and everybody who makes this show possible. Once again, do good in the world. The world needs all the good that you do.
All power,
All power to the people. Tiny Miles, take us out.
If you got money in the bank, don't let your woman draw it out. 'Cause she'll take all your money, man, and then she'll kick you out. Well, I once had money in a big Cadillac car, but I made one mistake, letting my baby know where they are. So she took all my possessions, man, and then she kicked me out. Ain't but one thing I hate more. You know who that is? Man, well, that's my mother-in-law. Well, my baby's pretty fast, but you know that mama's even faster on the draw. Yeah. Well, now, man, heed my advice. I told you once, man, I'll tell you twice. Well, keep an eye on your lady anytime she goes stepping out. 'Cause I once had money in a fast Cadillac car, but I made one mistake, and my baby know where they are. So she took all my possessions, man, and then she Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're listening to 88.7 WLUW, Chicago Sound Alliance, broadcasting from the campus of Loyola University.